I love summer. I love a cute outfit. I love a trip. I love a random iced matcha that somehow tastes better because the sun is out. I love being outside. I love a main character montage. But what we're not doing this year is pretending my budget magically disappears just because the weather got cute. Because summer spending is sneaky. It never feels like one big irresponsible decision. It feels like a bunch of little normal decisions. A drink here, a brunch there. Well, I already bought the ticket, so I may as well buy the outfit. I deserve this. And honestly, sometimes you do deserve it. That's the annoying part, because I don't want to sit here and act like the goal is to never spend money on joy. That is not the version of financially fitness that I'm trying to build. I'm not trying to create a life where I'm technically responsible but secretly miserable. I want to enjoy my life. I want to travel. I want to see my friends. I want to have the cute dinner. I want to sign up for the race. I want to sit outside with a drink and feel like, okay, life is good. But I also don't want to get to August and be like, wait, why does my account look like it needs a recovery day? So today we're talking about how I'm enjoying my summer without going broke. Not how I'm having a no-spend summer, not how I'm cutting everything fun out of my life, not how I'm becoming the budget police at brunch. We're talking about how I'm making room for fun without using fun as an excuse to abandon my goals. Because for me, financially fit is not about never spending money. It's about knowing what I'm doing with my money. It's about not flinching when I open my app. It's about not needing 3 business days to recover after checking my app. It's about being able to enjoy the life I'm building without secretly sabotaging it every weekend. So if summer spending has ever had you outside, cute but financially confused, this video is for you. Okay, let's get into it. The first thing I'm doing this summer is admitting that fun money is real money. That sounds so basic, but I used to separate money into 2 categories in my head. There was responsible money, and then there was fun money. Responsible money went to rent, bills, car payment, insurance, groceries, all the adult things. And then fun money was just vibes. Like somehow if I spent money on brunch or a cute outfit or little plans, it didn't really count in the same way. Because it was fun, because it was social, because it was connected to memories. But that money was still leaving my account very humbly, very consistently, very much not imaginary. And I think that's where a lot of us get caught. We know how to plan for the big things. We know rent is coming, we know the car payment is coming, we know the phone bill is coming. But we don't really plan for the version of ourselves that likes to be outside. And I had to get honest about that. Because the version of me that actually exists, she likes a little iced matcha. She likes booking a trip. She likes race fees. She likes cute activewear. She likes convenience when she's tired. She likes the occasional because I wanted to. And pretending that version of me does not exist does not make me better with money. It just makes my budget unrealistic. So this summer, I'm trying to stop budgeting for the fantasy version of me. The version of me that apparently never wants takeout, never gets tired, never leaves the house, never needs an outfit. That woman is not coming. We wish her well, but she does not live here. So instead, I'm budgeting for the real me. The me with goals. The me that wants to pay down debt. The me that wants to build savings. The me that wants to be more intentional. And also the me that enjoys a patio. Both of those women have to be included in the plan. Because when I don't include fun in the budget, the fun doesn't disappear. It just becomes chaotic. So the first shift is simple. Fun money is not fake money. If it keeps happening, it needs a category. If I keep buying matcha, it needs a category. If I know I'm gonna eat out, it needs a category. If I know travel extras are coming, they need a category. Not because I'm trying to control every second of my life, but because I'm trying to stop acting surprised by things that are predictable. Which brings me to the second thing I'm doing. I'm choosing my number before the plan chooses it for me. This is especially important on weekends because weekends have a way of making money disappear in a very unserious way. You start with one plan, then someone says, we should grab food. Then someone says, let's go out after. Then parking is $20 for no reason. Then you need something from the store. Then you forgot to eat before you left. Then suddenly your account is looking at you like, so what was the plan here? And the answer is, there wasn't one. The plan was hope. The plan was vibes. The plan was, I'll figure it out later. And I say this with love because I've been that woman. I've absolutely been the woman that says yes to the weekend and then acts shocked by the financial consequences from participating in that weekend. So now, before the weekend or a holiday or a trip or stretch of plans, I'm trying to pick my number. Not a complicated budget, not a spreadsheet with 47 tabs, just one number. How much can I spend this weekend and still feel good on Monday? How much can I spend and still cover what needs to be covered? How much can I spend without creating a problem for future me? And I want to be clear, this is not about choosing the smallest possible number so I can feel like I'm doing the absolute most for no reason. That is not the goal. The goal is honesty. Because sometimes the number is small. Sometimes the responsible answer is, actually, I need a chill weekend. Sometimes it's a cook at home and go for a walk kind of weekend. And that's fine. But sometimes the number has room. Sometimes I can go to dinner. Sometimes sometimes I can make the plan. Sometimes I can spend the money because I plan for it, and that's also fine. The difference is I want to decide ahead of time instead of emotionally investigating the damage later, because there's a very specific kind of stress that comes from having fun and then being scared to look at your bank account. I don't want that anymore. I want the fun to actually feel fun, not fun in the moment and then stressful in the aftermath. So before I go into a weekend, especially a holiday weekend, I'm asking, what bills are coming? What do I already have planned? What do I actually want to say yes to? What number feels responsible and realistic? And then I go be cute inside that number. That is the practice, not perfection, practice. And before we get into the next one, if this is the kind of money conversation you've been needing, we're not pretending like real life doesn't exist, and we're not acting like becoming financially fit means becoming boring, go ahead and subscribe, because this is what I talk about here. Money, discipline, running, routines, identity, becoming a version of yourself who can actually trust herself with the life she says she wants. So if you're in your I want a beautiful life, but I also need to stop financially fighting for my life era, you're absolutely in the right place. Okay, the third thing I'm doing this summer is separating joy from impulse, because everything I want is not automatically aligned with the life I'm building. And also, everything I want is not automatically bad. That's where I used to get very all or nothing. Either I was being disciplined, which meant saying no to everything, or I was enjoying my life, which meant my budget could mind her own business. There was no middle ground. And honestly, that was exhausting, because then every purchase becomes this dramatic identity statement. If I buy the thing, I'm irresponsible. If I don't buy the thing, I'm restrictive. If I go out, I'm sabotaging myself. If I stay home, I'm missing out. And I'm just not available for that level of drama anymore. So now I'm trying to ask a better question. Not, can I spend money? Because sometimes the answer is technically yes. The better question is this actually joy or is this impulse? Because those are different. Joy feels like something I chose. Impulse feels like something I fell into. Joy feels aligned. Impulse feels like I'm trying to regulate my mood with my debit card. Joy might be dinner with a friend I've been wanting to see. Impulse might be ordering takeout because I had a rough day and I don't want to feel my feelings. Joy might be buying something for a trip that I know I'll use and feel good in. Impulse might be panic buying 3 outfits because I waited to the last minute and now I'm stressed. Very different energies. And I'm not always gonna get it right. Sometimes I will absolutely convince myself that something is joy and then later on realize, no babe, that was stress in a cute font. But even noticing the difference helps because it slows me down. It gives me a second to choose. It reminds me that the goal is not never to spend. The goal is to spend in a way that still feels like I'm on my own side. And that is such a big part of financial fitness for me. It's not just the number, it's the relationship, it's the self-trust. It's the ability to say, I can enjoy this without turning it into chaos. The fourth thing I'm doing is planning for the extras, because the extras are where summer gets disrespectful. Travel is a perfect example. A lot of times we budget for the main thing. We budget for the flight, for the hotel, for the big ticket item. And then we act shocked when the trips include food, Ubers, snacks, tips, activities, airport purchases, random things we forgot, the emotional support item that we buy because we're in a new city and suddenly we have a brand new personality. The flight is not the whole trip. The ticket is not the whole event. The race fee is not the whole weekend. There are always extras, and the extras are not always irresponsible. Sometimes they're just part of the experience. But if I don't plan for them, they feel like little emergencies. And then I start making decisions from stress instead of intention. So this summer, when I'm thinking about a plan, I ask, what's the actual cost of this? Not the obvious cost, the actual cost. Do I need parking? Do I need food? Do I need a new outfit? Do I need an Uber? Do I need to plan for anything after? If I'm taking a trip, what am I spending once I'm there? If I'm going to an event, how many meals? Transportation, activities, buffer money. If I'm training or racing, what comes with that? Shoes, electrolytes, snacks, registration, recovery? And again, this is not about making my life boring. It's about making life honest. Because when I tell the truth about the actual cost, I can make a better decision. Maybe I still say yes. Maybe I say yes, but I'll adjust something else. Maybe I say, not this time. Maybe I say, I can do the plan, but not the full production. And that last one has been huge for me because sometimes I don't need to cancel the joy. I just need to reduce the production. I can go to brunch without buying a whole new outfit. I can take the day trip without turning it into a luxury vacation. I can participate without performing. That is the word for me. Participate without performing. Because sometimes the pressure is not actually the plan. It's the version of ourselves we think we have to become to show up for the plan. And I'm trying to release some of that. The fifth thing I'm doing is building in recovery. financial recovery, routine recovery, energy recovery. Because summer can be overstimulating. You're outside more, there are more plans, more spending, more heat, more travel, more, I'll get back on track Monday. And then Monday comes and Monday is like, girl, I was not a part of that conversation. So instead of acting like every week is gonna be perfectly balanced, I'm trying to plan for the return. This is something I had to learn in running too. The run matters, but the recovery matters too. The effort matters, but the return matters. And financially, it's the same thing. If I have a weekend where I spend more than usual, I don't need to spiral. I need to look, I need to adjust, I need to make the next honest decision. If I miss a grocery trip and end up spending more on food, I just need to ask what broke down in my system. Was I tired? Did I fail to plan? Did I need easier food options at home? Did I need to lower the expectation? Because sometimes the issue is not discipline. Sometimes the issue is capacity. And that has been one of the biggest lessons for me. A lot of the habits I used to label as personal failure were really systems that did not account for my actual life, my actual work schedule, my actual energy, my actual social life, my actual desire to enjoy the season I'm in. So this summer, I'm not trying to create a perfect plan. I'm trying to create a plan I can return to, because undone counted. The messy week counted. The spending I had to look at counted. The moment I decided not to give up counted. Because financially fit is not about having one perfect month. It's built in the returning. It's built when I check the account even when I don't feel like it. It's built when I adjust the plan without shaming myself. It's built when I can tell the truth and keep going. So here's my summer spending reset in the simplest way. 1, fun money is real money. If it keeps happening, it needs a category. 2, pick your number before the weekend picks it for you. Decide what you can spend and still feel good about it later. 3, separate joy from impulse. Spend on things that actually feel aligned, not just things that temporarily regulate your mood. 4, plan for the extras. The flight is not the whole trip. The event ticket is not the whole night. The race fee is not the whole weekend. And 5, build in the return. You do not need to restart your whole life every time the plan gets messy. You need to look, adjust, and keep going. And honestly, that's the whole point for me. I don't want to become somebody who never spends money. I don't want to become somebody who's afraid of joy. I don't want to become somebody that makes her life small just to feel responsible. I want to become somebody that can hold both. Someone who can enjoy her life and still respect her goals. Someone who can book the trip, plan the weekend. Somebody who can go outside and still know what's happening in her account. Sign up for the race, buy the matcha, and still be honest with herself. That's what financially fit means to me right now. Not perfect, not restrictive, not boring, just honest, intentional, and still very much outside. So if you're watching this before a holiday weekend, before a trip, before a stretch of summer plans, this is your sign to clock in. Look at the number, pick the number, make the plan for the fun, and then go enjoy your life without abandoning yourself. Because you deserve joy. You deserve memories. You deserve summer. But future you also deserves to be considered. And we're not leaving her out of the group chat anymore. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.